like a normal child. I know he's not such a normal child in the sense of the nutrition and the eating, but he's just partaking in anything like any other child.
Remember, change your feet. Go, go, quick,
Sometimes I think about it and I get a little bit emotional because I knew what could have been and I know what it's now. And I see him and it just, I couldn't imagine taking a different route.
Breathe, relax, you're too tense.
Oye, está pesadito, ¿eh?
Hey, little buddy, it's me.
Mira qué hermosura, qué preciosidad.
Pero ahorita, tanto que va a cambiar.
Ándale.
You think of having your beautiful baby and then 6 months later they tell you he has cancer. It's very tough. It's very tough. He's got 3 areas where it's in. It's subcutaneous panniculitis T-cell-like lymphoma, and that type of lymphoma is very rare in a child so small at 5 months. According to the doctors, he's the 3rd child in the world to have this. My baby's case is very special because the type of chemotherapy and treatments conventionally that they use are very aggressive.
From what I hear, chemo is like pretty much like a nuclear explosion going on in your inside of your body. It kills the cancer, but along with killing the cancer, it kills everything else.
I find out pieces here, pieces there, and then I'm connecting the dots.
If you decide to do chemotherapy, you know, it would be a 2-year process, but they don't tell you what your other option is, and I don't really think there is another option.
The doctors were telling me that I need to start him on it right away. I mean, they put so much urgency on it. He says, it's gonna do some harm, and I said, some harm? He says, well, it's gonna do a lot of harm, you're right. And they said that he would probably have urinary problems, kidney problems, brain damage. And they couldn't guarantee me anything. I mean, it pretty much, you had to sign his life away.
And that just sounds like something I don't want to put my son through. But if that's what we have to do and that's what it's going to take, then that's what we'll do, but that's definitely not what we want to do. But I don't know if there's another option.
The decision-making process is very nerve-wracking. Because I was doing a lot of research, I was getting tons of opinions from the natural side and from the conventional side. La cosa con mi hijo es que le están sugiriendo 2 años de quimioterapia y yo trataba de ver si había otra alternativa por medios naturales.
I want some numbers, you know, out of 10 kids that were put through this treatment, how many survived, how many went on to live more than 10 years, how many went on to live more than 20 years. And those facts aren't out there as far as any of the holistic approaches, natural approaches.
I probably will ask if I have a choice and do it very carefully so that I don't alarm them, that I'm trying to fight them, so that it gives me some time to make a decision.
Most states assign a caseworker to each minor diagnosed with cancer to make sure that the parents abide by the recommended treatments.
The danger with the caseworker would be that they're not there to help me. They're there to make sure Jeremiah gets his treatment. So yeah, they were saying that I would be a fugitive if I leave my country and take him somewhere else and refuse the treatments here. I mean, I thought about it, like what that would do to our lives and am I going to see my family again?
I have my son's best interest in mind more than the government or a caseworker or anyone like that. You have to explore your options to see what's best for your child instead of just following doctor's orders.
I remember walking through the halls one day of Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, and I saw a child that had the IV, was receiving the chemo. He had no hair, his eyelids were just hanging, and his eyes were just bloodshot red. And when I saw that, it brought me to tears. And I said, Jeremiah can't go through that. He's not gonna go through that.
Hopefully it's the right decision. We're gonna do whatever it takes to follow through with it.
Jeremiah. Instead of chemo, we decided to do natural medicine. I had a breakdown. I didn't know if what we were doing was the right choice. I was beginning to, I don't want to say not believe, but just, I was beginning to get discouraged.
The lesions, he had one right on the center of his chest. It was probably about that size, the size of your fingertip. Then it became one big one, and then it kind of separated.
And I told the doctor, I want you to take a look at this. I said, look at the lesion on his buttocks. The skin looks like it's kind of like indented. It seems like now the cancer is eating away his skin. And she said, that's actually not getting worse. That's good results. The cancer in this area has completely left.